Welcome back to my channel. So today for Makeup 101, excuse me, I needed that coffee. We're gonna do a quick makeup correction mistake. So as you can see, I have my makeup on. The only thing I don't have on is highlighter and lips. Now, can anyone guess what the problem is? I'll give you a hint. I made my makeup too matte. I did this on purpose. Calm down. I'm not an overly matte kind of person. I like more of the natural finish. Depending on my mood, sometimes I like a dewy or glowy finish. So I'm going to show you how I correct when I'm overly matte. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my setting spray. Right now I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Cucumber, and I'm going to spritz my face. And I want it to remain damp. Okay? Get my highlighter ready because I'm gonna need her. Do you know who I want to use? You know, we're gonna use BoxyCharm, yeah. All right. So she's on. Now I'm gonna take my arch nemesis here, and I'm gonna do 2 spritz. I'm gonna go 1, 2. Now, again, okay, now I just look white. Let her dry just a little. Don't overly dry her. Okay, so as you can see, I look more glowy than I do dewy. So I don't look as matte. I still look very wet because I am. But I'm not as flat, if that makes sense. Now, normally what I would do in this stage is I would take my Jeffree Star setting spray and a loose highlighter. Got to blow y'all's mind. So, I know y'all have all seen the freckle trick where you bloop and there's freckles. Here, that's how I make myself dewy. Take the brush and do. I'll dip into it a few times until I get the desired, just flick it towards me. Starting to look very shimmery. I'm doing an excess amount so that you can see the difference on camera. So when you're flicking the brush, you want to do it this way because the bristles are going to come back towards you. Now I look very shiny. Okay, ready? Now at this point I would be using the Jeffree Star, but I'm out unfortunately. I'm gonna put the highlighter up. Okay, so we are improving on how matte we are, right? Now we look glowy. We don't look dewy, we look glowy. Take my sponge. Okay, so now we are looking more glowy than dewy. Now here's my trick to make it dewy. Definitely don't look as matte. Now I look I look glowy. When the light hits, it's like, ooh, glow. But I do still want to have like a slight dewy aspect to it, but I don't want to totally screw up my makeup. So at this point, I have already set my face. It has the powder, the foundation, the concealer, the setting spray. It also has some highlighter on it. So what I'm going to do before I'm going to go into my actual highlighter that I'm using for the day. And as you can see, that is also adding a little bit of glow. So, now that everything is on our face, I'm going to take a setting spray that is meant to be glowy. Now, or dewy. 90% of the time when a setting spray is dewy, it is going to have an oil in it. You can always tell, like Pixie Glow Mist, this one for example, it's gonna have a layer of oil at the top. Do not overdo it. You're just gonna go a light fine mist. Now, we spritz that on, and now we have more of a glowy, a dewy aspect to us. The reason, so does my chest apparently. The reason why, if I'm going to use a dewy mist, I use one of my normal mists first, is because I want to lock all of that product in on my face. Now, 90% of the time, if I'm using matte makeup, I mean for it to be matte. There are times when I overdo it. It happens to the best of us, y'all. So, now we have our highlighter. Let's go in with a lip. Let's do 818 today. I'm feeling bold. Okay. That 818 was a little more bold than I was intending. But my face is now more dewy, it is more glowy, it is not as flat. So when you're using a glowy or a dewy mist and it has oil in it, you want to be careful not to overdo it on your face, because think about it, what breaks down your makeup? Oil. So if you put too much on, it's gonna naturally break down that oily makeup. If you are naturally oily, I do not recommend using a dewy setting spray. I definitely recommend going more on the matte side, because your natural oils are gonna come through. So, all right guys, that is this video. That is how I go through and add a more dewy, glowy approach to my overly matte makeup, because you know what, it happens. It does happen. Okay, I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure you're subscribed, make sure you hit the notification bell, and if you want to see this eye look, we are playing in eye colors in the next video. So I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you're subscribed to hit the notification bell, and I'll see you later.